Hi, I'm Rhoda Gordon, a certified photo manager, and I'm here to give you some tips and tricks on creating your own beautiful project, such as a photo book. So perhaps you went away for the weekend with a good buddy or your girlfriend or some girlfriends for a girls' weekend. Or maybe you have a daughter who's having a big birthday, like turning 18 or 25, and you want to commemorate it with a beautiful photo book that will live forever. The memories can be relived among all of you and shared. And most people never get to it. And I'll tell you why. Because they sit down and try to just start making the photo book with whatever service they're using, whether it's Shutterfly or Printique or MPix, which I love MPix for the consumer, as well as Printique. Those two are my favorite for ease of use. So I'll put the website for both of them in the link down below in my comments. But honestly, the biggest mistake is people sit down to start making the photo book without doing any preparation. And they get stuck with having too many photos or what photos to pick, and really just stuck on telling the story. So I'm going to give you 3 major tips for creating a photo book to make it easy and just an enjoyable process. And the first thing, even before you start picking pictures, is to decide on what story you want to tell. You're telling the story of the weekend? Are you telling the story of someone's life growing up with you? Are you telling the story of someone's sports career through the ages? Decide on what's the main focus of the story and where the arc is, and the beginning and the end. That's really important and helps you determine the pictures that you're going to pick. Now, the next thing you need to do is actually pick the pictures, make your choices. So knowing what your end goal is and the story that you want to tell, now you can pick the pictures. Make your photo choices for your photo book based on the story you want to tell, and to create your story arc. Remember, beginning, middle, end. And make sure you have enough of each part of, if it's a weekend, of each part of the weekend, and make sure that you include everybody that you want to include in the photo book. So make sure that they're in the pictures. Now, while you're curating these pictures, or picking your pictures, as you might say, also remember, you don't need to pick the pictures where everybody is smiling and everybody is posed. You don't want every picture to be a posed picture. Actually, I prefer the candids because they show more emotion. And that's really the point that I'm trying to make. Pick pictures that show the emotion over someone's lifetime, if that's the photo book focus, or the emotion over the weekend, whether it's a bridal shower weekend or a girls' getaway, or the first time you went away with your boyfriend and it was very romantic. You want to convey the emotion through pictures. And then the last tip I'll give you is, once you have curated your pictures to fully tell your story in the photo book, look back at those pictures and see if any of them need editing, minor editing for whatever reason. There's something, someone has a stain on their shirt and it's distracting. There's an easy way to just remove that with just any type of photo editing software, even the innate software on your phone. I personally like to use Photoshop. That's my go-to, but you can use anything that you're comfortable with. And so really what you need to do is just briefly look at each picture, and I wouldn't say to look at it on a phone. I would look at it either on an iPad or a laptop or a desktop, so that you can really see the picture, because once it's printed, it's going to be larger than on your phone. And to see if any of those photos need light editing. Even with lighting, maybe it's a little dark and you want to bring the lighting up, or maybe it's overexposed and too light and you want to bring the lighting down. I would do all that before you even sit down and start creating your photo book. So those are my 3 tips. Remember, decide on the story you want to tell, curate your photos based on that story, and then pick the photos that you want to edit and then edit them. Okay, the next YouTube installment will be how to create the photo book itself using software online. Don't forget, subscribe. It really helps a small business like me, as well as it helps me know what you like, and like this video.